Hey beautiful soul, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Alice, aka Breathing Magic. This video is about Samhain. In this video, I will cover when Samhain takes place, what this holiday represents, and 10 ways you can celebrate this holiday. The timestamps for this video will be in the description box below. This is a part of a series about the Sabbats and how to celebrate them. I'm making this series because I want to be more in tune with nature and work with the energy of the seasons. So if you're interested in seasonal living or want to learn more about the Sabbats, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss my new content. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. Samhain is one of the 8 Sabbats, and it's celebrated by Wiccans and many pagans and witches, and many cultures around the world have similar holidays around this time of year. Samhain was originally a Celtic holiday and one of the 4 Celtic fire festivals. This holiday takes place between Mabon, aka the autumn equinox, and Yule, aka the winter solstice. You can celebrate it on the 31st of October or the 1st of November, and some people choose to celebrate it all the way from the evening of October 31st to the morning of November 1st. Samhain is the 3rd and final harvest festival of the year. The harvest season is coming to a finale and winter is coming very, very soon. This is when you really start to feel the colder and darker half of the year. This holiday was super important in the old days because back then people had to harvest crops, preserve meat, and most importantly, make sure they store enough food or else they'd starve in winter. Samhain is considered a liminal or threshold festival. This is because the veil between the mundane world and the spirit world is the thinnest during this time of year, making it the best time to work with spiritual beings such as spirits, ancestors, and the Fae. This holiday honors and celebrates the deceased. It's about connecting to where we came from, our spiritual roots, and respecting those that have passed on. We embrace the cycle of life and death because we realize that there can be no life without death. Samhain is often referred to as the Witch's New Year. This is the start of a new cycle of the Wheel of the Year. It's time to say goodbye to the past year and let go of things that no longer serve you so you can move into the new year with a clean slate. In the Wiccan belief system, this is when the horn god or the sun god is descending into the underworld, and the triple goddess is in her crone form. She swallows the sun god, thereby bringing darkness to the world, and she will give birth to him once again when Yule comes. Samhain and Halloween are 2 different holidays. While a lot of Halloween traditions originated from Samhain traditions, they are not the same. And I'm sure you'd agree that modern-day Halloween has become very commercialized and secular. People often focus on candy, costumes, trick-or-treating, and pumpkin spice latte, rather than the deceased and the thinning of the veil. Now that we have a better understanding of what Samhain is about, we can move on to celebration ideas. Like always, feel free to pick and choose what you resonate with and adjust them to fit your own preferences, practices, and personal situation. And if you've been getting value out of this video so far, give me a like and let me know in the comments below, what do you usually do during this time of year? Alright, let's move on to celebration ideas. Number 1. Learn about Samhain in the season of autumn. One of the best ways to celebrate a holiday is to learn about it. Educate yourself on the history, folklore, beliefs, and traditions related to Samhain. This will help you understand it or relate to it on a deeper level. I'm going to put links to articles and resources in the description box below. What lessons can you learn from Samhain in the season of autumn? For example, trees demonstrate the art of letting go. They never hold on to falling leaves because they understand that all of this is just part of a cycle, and new leaves will come when spring comes. Number 2, wear holiday colors. Wear colors that represent Samhain. And since Sabbats follow the cycle of the seasons, wear colors that represent this season. You can wear different shades of orange or brown to represent autumn leaves, nuts, seeds, or crops harvested during this season. Black is another popular color. People often wear black to show respect for the dead. This color is also frequently used for protection. It helps ward off negative energies coming from people or beings around you and the environment you're in. Number 3, make holiday crafts. You can make a protection wreath and hang it on your door to protect your home from unfriendly spirits that are wandering around during this liminal time. Use flowers, herbs, and plants that carry protective energies. For example, chrysanthemum, chamomile, rosemary, bay leaf, garlic, and birch. You can also use crystals that are related to protection. Obsidian and black tourmaline are great options, and I'll share more crystal suggestions later, so make sure you watch till the end. Another thing you can do is carve pumpkins. The practice of making jack-o'-lanterns is one of the traditions that crossed over to Halloween. This tradition comes from an Irish folklore about a guy named Stingy Jack. There are many versions of his story. Basically, he crossed the devil and upset God, and neither heaven nor hell would accept his soul. So he's stuck roaming the earth for all eternity, and he carries a lamp made out of a carved out turnip to light his way. People used to carve scary faces into turnips, beets, or potatoes, and then make lanterns out of them to scare away evil spirits. When this tradition was brought to the United States, pumpkins were used because it was a native fruit that was more accessible. When you finish carving your pumpkins, don't throw away the seeds. You can roast the pumpkin seeds or leave them outside as a gift to the birds, squirrels, and other wildlife in your area. Number 4, decorate your home. Give your home that Samhain vibe by using seasonal colors. Use orange, brown, and black candles, tablecloths, or ribbons to decorate your home. Seasonal flowers, herbs, or newly harvested crops can also be used to represent this harvest festival. For example, corn, apples, pumpkins, chrysanthemums, marigolds, patchoulis, etc. You might also want to use incense that carry flavors such as apple, pumpkin spice, bay leaf, rosemary, or sage to further elevate the vibe of your space. And many Halloween decoration items can also be used for Samhain decorations. Number 5, honor the dead. You can create an altar that honors the dead. On this altar, place pictures or memorial items that represent loved ones that have passed away. They could be a family member, a friend, or even a pet. I'll share more about things you can place on your altar later when I talk about spiritual practices. You can also visit the graveyard of a deceased loved one. Offer them flowers or other things you see fit. And while you're there, talk to them. Remember your time together. Think about the things you learned from them and update them on what's going on in your life right now. You might also want to spend some time alone contemplating life and death. What kind of person do you want to be? And how do you want to be remembered when the time comes for you to leave this world? And if you just lost someone and you're still grieving, I have a video where I talked about how to move forward after the loss of a loved one. I'll put the link to that video in the description box below. You can go watch it if you want to. I hope it gives you strength and helps you find peace. Number 6, have a Samhain feast. Samhain is the most important harvest festival of the year, so there's a huge variety of meats, fruits, and veggies you can choose from. For example, corn, pumpkins, squash, parsnip, carrot, pomegranate, pear, apple, and all kinds of berries and seeds. Baked goods are must-haves for all Sabbats. You can eat things like dark bread, anything with lots of oats and seeds, and apple or pumpkin pies, breads, and cakes. And as for drinks, you can drink wine, beer, mead, apple cider, or pear cider. But if you're underage, then drink apple juice, pear juice, or pumpkin juice. And consider laying an extra place at your table for loved ones who have passed away. Cook and eat their favorite dishes, talk about them, and let them know that they still hold a place in your heart. Number 7, preserve food and donate food. Dry herbs you harvested from your garden, canned fruits and vegetables, collect seeds, dry them, and then store them so you can plant them when spring comes again. Nowadays, most of us have easy access to food, and that's something we should be grateful for. And you can easily pay it forward and spread the abundance and joy of this harvest festival by donating food and supplies to charities. Number 8, have a bonfire and make sure you do this in a safe manner. Like I mentioned earlier, Samhain is one of the 4 Celtic fire festivals. The energy of fire can purify and protect, and bonfires help bring people together. In ancient times, people would let their hearth fires burn out while they were out gathering their harvest. After all the harvest work was done, a communal bonfire would be set up, and participants would then bring flames from the bonfire home and relight their hearths. Number 9, reflect on the past and plan for the future. Go through your journal or book of shadows and see how much you've grown on your spiritual path and journey of life. Write down things you want or need to work on and change so you can start planning for the year ahead. And make sure you do this when you're in a peaceful and calm state. If your mind is all cluttered and you're feeling super confused, then you might want to meditate, take a shower, or do something that helps you relax and quiets your mind first. Number 10, spells and rituals. I put all the things related to spiritual or magical practices in this category. Samhain is a great time to renew your altar and the tools you use for your spiritual practices. If you wish to make your altar fit the theme of this festival, you can place items related to death in your culture or belief system on your altar. For example, crows, skulls, etc. You can also use orange, brown, and black candles and ribbons to decorate your altar. And if you work with deities that are related to death, liminal space, or the underworld, you can place items that represent them on your altar. Some people like to put items that represent deceased loved ones on their altars. There are many reasons people choose to do this. Some people want their ancestors to guide them and watch over them. Some people wish to send positive energies to their loved ones through spiritual practices. Some people put them there simply because they feel inspired. If you're into divination, know that the potent energy of this holiday will make your divination work more effective. So use the power of this liminal time to gain insights on what lies ahead. Since the veil is thin on Samhain, this is the perfect time to do spirit work, ancestral work, deity work, and even connect with the Fae. But word of caution, always do your research and educate yourself before even thinking about taking any type of action. Be respectful, protect yourself, and do not mess around with things you don't understand. Know that not all spirits have your best interest in mind, and not all beings are what they seem to be or who they say they are. When it comes to protection, there are a lot of things you can do. For example, you can work with flowers, herbs, and plants that carry protective energies. I already mentioned some when I was talking about holiday crafts earlier, so I'm not going to repeat them here. Crystals can also offer protection and assist you when you're doing ancestral work or spirit work. For example, you can work with clear quartz, smoky quartz, obsidian, black tourmaline, bloodstone, red jasper, cornelian, and petrified wood. If you want to learn more about protection, I posted a video a couple of weeks ago where I shared a spooky experience and talked about ways that'll help you get a better feel of whether a spirit is good or bad and how you can protect yourself. The link will be in the description as well. As for spells, protection spells are super important for Samhain. And comment below if you know how many times I mentioned the word protection in this video. This is also a good time to do fire rituals and candle magic. And since this is a harvest festival, the energy of this festival will naturally make your abundance and prosperity spells more powerful. So those are 10 ways to celebrate Samhain. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, share it with a friend who loves Samhain or Halloween, and let me know in the comments below which ideas did you like the most. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Until then, live from your heart and be the magic you wish to see in this world. Thanks for watching. Bye!